Okay, another 10 mistakes. Number 1, Sherlock was angry with this. It's almost correct, because we do say angry with, but we say angry with someone. Okay, Sherlock was angry with him, was angry with me. We say Sherlock was angry about this, angry about something. Okay, so different prepositions for angry. Okay, so we can just change that to about, and then that's good. Number 2, he wanted to refuse the IT department. Now, this is from the IT crowd. The student was retelling this TV show, and unfortunately the mistake is with this verb. Refuse is not correct here. You can't refuse a department. You could refuse an invitation. You could refuse to do something, to go somewhere. Certainly, somebody says let's do this, somebody makes a suggestion and you refuse. You say no, I don't want to do that, because you refuse to do something or refuse to go somewhere. But here a good phrasal verb would be get rid of. He wants to get rid of the IT department, and this was the one which I wrote in the ebook as well, so this is the one because they use it in this episode. I want the student to use it too, to activate this vocab. So please, not refuse, but get rid of. Number 3 is an article mistake. I had the flu. Now, why do we use an article with flu? Well, the easiest way with conditions, with health conditions, is just to remember that we say a cold, but we say the flu. And I agree that it's kind of illogical that we say a cold, but we say the flu, because they're both just sicknesses. So why? Well, I imagine it's because it's referred to a particular type of flu at first. The flu meant the flu which was going around at that time. But anyway, just remember that it's always the with flu. It's never a. Okay? Number 4, I might haven't known is a past modal, but it's not correct. You need to say I might not have known. Okay, you don't say might haven't known. That's not correct. You need to get rid of that bit there and might not have known, and then it's correct. Okay, perhaps I'll get rid of that because that's not so clear. But might not have known. And I actually saw this in a library book recently. It was a kid's book as well, and I saw mustn't have and the third form, which as far as I'm concerned is wrong. You need to use can't have and the third form. So this wasn't even from a student. This was just something which I saw in a book recently, which as far as I'm concerned, it's wrong. I'd be interested if any students can find other books which say that that is correct, because it sounds ugly to me. It really sounds ugly. It sounds absolutely incorrect. Mustn't we use for obligations, not for deductions. Mustn't we say when somebody is not allowed to do something, not permitted, but we don't use it in past speculation. We use can't have or couldn't have. But I more often see can't have, but or couldn't have. Both of those are okay. Okay, number 5. He was afraid to cut my throat. Now this is again very close to being correct, and I kind of understand maybe you've thought adjective plus 2 plus infinitive. Well, that's not always true. Some adjectives take prepositions, and afraid is one of those adjectives which takes prepositions. He was afraid of cutting. Now, it is actually possible to use 2 plus infinitive after afraid, but it means something slightly different. You can be afraid to do something, yes, but that means that you're doing something intentionally. Maybe you want to dive off the top diving board at the swimming pool, and you can be afraid to dive off that board, yes, because that's an intentional thing. It's something you want to do. It's not something accidental. We say afraid of when you have no control over what you are afraid of. And this was somebody having a shave, I think, and he was afraid, the barber was afraid of cutting his throat. Now, he wouldn't intentionally do that, and so this is the correct one. This is unintentional. Afraid to do would be intentional. Number 6, these conversations are going on for more than 2 years. This is a tense mistake, and the really big signal should be this word, which is a signal word for present perfect. or maybe past perfect. But in this situation, it's an unfinished period of time. I can tell it is because they've used present continuous, thinking that maybe that is the unfinished tense, but it's not. Well, it is used for moments now, which you're in the middle of, but it's not used for periods of time with for. This would be, these conversations have been going on for months. And then you've got the correct tense. This is a dynamic verb, it's duration, it's how long, so we use present perfect continuous. Okay, number 7. I think really the student used the wrong word here with aimed. He could say, because he meant the people were running to the second floor. So they ran to the second floor, they aimed for the second floor, but it's almost okay, but still aim for something or aim at something is usually used for when you're pointing a gun at someone or something like that. So I would say headed for. This is a good situation for headed for the second floor, or ran to the second floor, or ran up the stairs, or whatever, but head for is good here. They headed for the second floor. Number 8, and then Holmes suggested him some money. You can't suggest someone some money. You can only suggest a plan. Very common confusion between suggest and offer. And then Holmes offered him some money. And then it's correct. You offer someone help, but you suggest a plan or an idea. You come up with some kind of plan or idea. Okay, number 9. I want to put more attention on building sentences. This is unfortunate. It's this part here which is wrong, and it's the wrong verb here and the wrong preposition here. I want to pay more attention. You pay attention in English. Maybe quite strange, that collocation, but you pay more attention to building sentences. And the last mistake, grand is slang for £1,000 or $1,000, $1,000, 1,000 quid. We also say, don't forget quid. It's very common in England for pounds. Now, we don't say 5 millions. We say 5 million. We don't say 200s. We say 200. And we don't say 5 grands. We say 5 grand. Okay, and it means 5,000. Dollars or pounds, it's not clear in these two words that I've used, but you can use that in America or in Britain. It's rather common. So if you have any questions about any of these mistakes, please ask under the video. Thanks for watching, and I'd be delighted to see you all soon.